for Justice filled downtown Jacksonville today. Several dozen people rallied in front of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office headquarters. All of this right after a video seen here went viral. This shows a forceful arrest of a man named Lakean Woods in Jacksonville. On your side, Zach Wilcox joins us from that rally, joins us live right now from JSO headquarters, Zach, Lakean, his mother spoke with us.
Yeah, Destiny, Natisha Woods spoke during the rally, and she got very emotional talking about what it was like to see that video and see the end of that video where her son sits up with his face visibly swollen, and then also how challenging it's been for her to get updates on his condition. She did mention that she had heard from her attorney that he has been kind of in and out of the hospital, going from the hospital to the jail and back and forth while being treated for a concussion. So we heard from some folks at the rally today who spoke about just how hard it was to watch that video, which at one point you see several officers kneeling over the 24-year-old and standing over the 24-year-old. At one point you see one officer lift him up in the grass and slam him back down again. And as I mentioned, when he sits up at the end of the video, there's visible swelling on his face. So the Jacksonville Community Action Committee, they hosted this rally today. They're calling for three things here. Number one, they're calling for those officers to be held accountable. Number two, they're calling for the dissolving of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office gang unit. And number three, they're hoping to establish a public safety committee that can have a seat at the table when it comes to setting policies with the police department and when it's reviewing those policies as well. But we did talk with Natisha afterwards, and she mentioned that, you know, she did have a conversation with her son, but it was a challenging conversation to have.
When he called me from the jail phone, he said, "Mama, what happened to me?" He didn't even know he got beat like that.
Handcuffed.
He didn't even know none of that stuff happened to him. He
Handcuffed
did
and beat.
not know that he had got beaten that bad.
Now, Woods was facing 6 charges. However, the judge today determined that 2 of those charges did not have probable cause. So there was a bond set on the 4 remaining charges against Woods, and that bond totals about $170,000. In downtown Jacksonville, Zach Wilcox, First Coast News, on your side.